Hello Year 6, welcome to Arithmetic. So I'm going to go through the questions, the answers from yesterday's questions. No time to waste, let's get into the text, and I think I can just squeeze it in less than 15 minutes. Here we go. Okay, so speed but accuracy is what we are looking for, and beat in 15 minutes. 25 times by 7. So we could count up in 25, 25, 50, 75, 100, 125, 150. Could do it that way. That's not right. 25, 50, 75, 100, 125, 150, 175. Or we could do like the 20 times 7, which gets me to 140. 5 times 7 is 35. So my answer is 175. Doesn't really matter how you've done it. What are we thinking about the black pen? I quite like it. I'm going to carry on with it. 5 eighths take away 3 eighths. Now, because the denominators are the same, that means that I can keep and crack on, and off we go. I don't know what time it is. Let me set a little timer on my watch. This is slowing us down enough. Right, I reckon I've been going for, I don't know, a minute. Question 3. 5,083 adds 689. It's quite not a pleasant one. I can't see a quick one there, so I'm going to use addition written methods. 689. Someone might correct me and find a quick way. So we've got 12 ones, 16 tens plus that one is 17 tens, 600s plus that one is 700s, and the 5,000s, 5,772, and I'm happy with that because it's like 5,689 plus a bit. 8 times 6 times 3, well 8 times 6 is 48. And then 48 times 3, well 40 times 3 is going to be like 4 times 3 times 10, which is 120. 8 times 3 is going to be 24. Put them together. 144. Some of us might have gone, well actually 6 times 3 is 12. Now that I spot that would have been good. No, 18. Oh, I'm having a nightmare. And then 18 times 8. Anyway, let's crack on. Both answer this, yes. 68 times 6. So again, I'm going to do like partition it. So 60 times 6 is the same as 6 times 6 times 10, which is going to be 360. And then 8 times 6 is going to be 48. 360 add 40 is 400. Add the 8, 408. Then 4.71 adds 0.005. Well, that's where the 4 is. That's the 7, that's the 1. So I'm just adding a 5 and into the thousands column. So 4.715. Question 7. I think I'm doing okay. 3,992 add 5,409. Now, some of us might have put that into an addition method, and there's nothing wrong with that. But actually, I'm going to say that that's really close to 4,000. So I'm going to do 5,409, add 4,000, which will get me to 9,409. But then I need to take off 8, because it's 8 less there. So it's going to be 9,401. Okay? Because I added 8 to make it 4,000, and then take away 8 at the end. This one, 300,000. Take away 78,209. Yeah. I think I'm going to have to just use a subtraction method, which I really don't want to, but I'm going to anyway. Take away 78,209. So, we can't take away the 1, so I'm going to exchange. So I'm left with 6 tens. So 12 ones take away 9 ones is, that's not right, 3 ones. 6 take away 0 tens is going to be 6 tens. 900s take away 200s is going to be 700s. And then I'm left with this. So I can't take away that, can't take away that. So I'm going to change that to 200s, 200,000s and 99. Okay, but I'm putting that one on there to make that a 10. So I'm left with 10,000s take away 8,000s, which is 2,000. 10,000s I'm having a nightmare today. 10,000 take away 8,000 is going to be 2,000. 9 10,000s take away 7 2,000s is going to be 2 10,000s, and then I'm left with 200,000. 200,000, 222,763. I'm going to go with that. So actually, I'm going to quit. I'm not feeling confident about that, so I'm just going to check it with my calculator. 1 minute. 300,972 take away 78,209. 222,763. That's what I get. Should be a teacher, I should. Next one. 250 divided by 5. Well, that to me looks a lot like 25 divided by 5. But in this case, I'm dividing 250. No, 25 divided by 5 will be 5. But I've multiplied that by 10, so I'm going to multiply this one by 10. So my answer is 50. 3.49 times by 1,000, so everything is going to move up. I'm going to do it over here, so I've got more space. 3.49. So everything is moving that way, and it's moving 3 times because it would be 10 times 10 times 10. So 1, 2, 3. I'm going to write it underneath. Make sure my decimal point stays in the same place. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to write it underneath. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to write it underneath, and then in my gaps I get a placeholder of 0, so 3,490. And it would make sense that the 3 gets 1,000 times bigger to 3,000. Next one. I think I'm doing okay for time. 78.4 take away 0.98. Now I know that 0.98 is only 0.02 away from 1. I just need to pause 1 minute. Let me pause. Okay, I'm back. I don't know if it seemed that I paused it for you, but I did. Anyway, 0.98 is only a tiny little bit away from 1, and it's 0.02 away. So actually I'm going to take away 1 and then add that 0.2 back on. So I'm going to use 78.4, take away 1, which gets me to 77.4, and then I've got to add that 0.02 back on. So I end up with 77.42. Next one, 1/5 add a half. I've no idea what time I'm up to now because I forgot to pause the time when I paused it. We need to make the denominators the same. So I'm going to make them both over 10. So to get from this one to this one, I multiplied by 2 over 2, so that's going to become a 2. To get from that to that, I multiplied by 5 over 5, so that's going to become a 5. So our answer is 7 tenths. Next one. 539 times 47. For this, there's no other way other than a contracted long multiplication. So I'm going to multiply everything by the 7 first. So 7 times 9 is going to be 63. 7 times those 3 tens is 21 tens, plus those 6 tens, that's 27 tens. And then 7 times those 5 hundreds is 35 hundreds, plus those, so it's 37 hundreds. 3,773. Then I'm going to multiply everything by this 40, and because it's a 40, I need to start in a tens column. So I'm going to do the 4 tens times by those 9, which gives me 36 tens. I'm going to do 4 tens times those 3 tens, which gives me 12 hundreds, plus those 3, so 15 hundreds. And then I'm going to do 4 times 4 tens times 5 hundreds, which gives me 20 thousands, plus that one, so 21,000. And then I add those up, so I've got 3 ones, 13 tens, 12 hundreds plus that one, so 13 hundreds, 4 thousands plus that one, so 5 thousands and 2 10,000s, 25,333. I think. If I'm wrong, let me know. You always do. This one, I'm going to need to do my key facts. So I'm dividing by 53. Well, 2 lots of 53 is going to get me to 106. So 4 lots is going to be double that, so it's going to be 212. 10 lots would be 530. So then 5 lots is half of that. So that's 250 plus that is 15, so 265. And then I find something that's appropriate. Well, if 10 lots is 530 and I'm taking away from 6,201, then 100 lots must be 5,300. So That's 100 lots. So I'm left with 1, 1, no tens. I need to exchange. So 12 take away 300s is going to be 900s, and I'm left with 901. Then I'm going to take away, what should I take away? 530, which is 10 lots. And that gets me to 1. I need to exchange that. So I'm left with 7 tens and 300s. 371, so I'll take away that 265. Take away 265, which is 5 lots. So I need to exchange that, make that 6. So I'm left with 6. I'm going to do it up here. 6 ones, no tens, and 100. Take away another 2 lots, and that gets me to 0. So my answer is, I've taken 110, that was a 5, 115, 117 lots, and it's got me to 6,201. Okay, next one. I have no idea what time I'm up to. Multiplication of fractions. So I just multiply the numerator by the numerator and the denominator by the denominator. So 3 times 1 is 3, 5 times 3 is 15. In an arithmetic test, don't bother simplifying that. I mean, that does simplify down to 1/5, but don't bother doing it. Division, 7/12. So the old way that I used to tell you was to make it a kind of an improper fraction. So we divide it by 2/1. And then I'd do keep, change, flip. So I'd do keep the first fraction the same, change the multiplication to a division, and flip that one. So I'm left with 7/24. However, the other way of doing it is, if we know that 7/12 is the same, I'm going to make that double that. So I'm going to make that the same as 14/24. And then if I had 14/24 and I want half of that amount of 24ths, well, 14/24 divided by 2, which is what the question's asking us to do, is going to get me to 7/24. You will see that that is the same as that. Okay? If that doesn't make sense to you, don't worry too much. Last couple of questions. 5.66 times 4. So I could use a multiplication method. If I'm timesing by 4, I like to double and double again. So 5 times 2 is going to be 10, times that by 2 again is going to be 20. 0.6 times 2, and this is where I need to be careful, is going to be 1.2, and then double that again is going to be 2.4. And then 0.06 times by 2 is going to be 0.12, and then I double that to get 0.24. So my answer is going to be 22.64. If I was going to use a written method for that, I would have done 566 times 4 and then divided it by 100 again. And then finally, 15% of 1015. Well, I can't work out 15% right away, but I can work out 10%. And 10% means that I divide that by 10, so that's going to be 101.5. And then 5% will be half of that. So half of 100 will be 50. Let's do it over here. Half of that would be 50. Half of that would be 0.5. Half of that would be 0.25. So it's going to be 50.75. Sorry, that's 50.75. And then to work out 15%, I add those two things together. So I'm left with 151, but then that's going to be 1.25. So 152.25. And that is all of the questions done. I think I'm within time, but I might not be. And year 6, I feel I've made mistakes. I've been a bit distracted doing all of that. So if I have made mistakes, let me know in the class story. I might well have done. Okay, send me a picture of how you've got on and a little reflection. Say, I thought I was quite good at this. The bit that I need to work on is this. Anyway, I'm going. Goodbye, year 6.